Hello everyone and welcome to part 21 of the Pokemon Red No Starter Run playthrough. In this part we're pretty much going to be exploring all of Fuchsia City and, well, not all that it has to offer. There's still some more stuff to do, but just showing you all the NPCs and all the houses and all the peoples and the towns and just the layout of the town in general. And then also defeating Koga and getting our fifth badge. Yeah, fifth badge. Um, But yeah, like I said, I guess hinting at last part, Fuchsia City's layout is rather odd. There are a lot of ledges, and the ledges are only one way, so it's kind of a pain to kind of really navigate. But more of that later, because we gotta see it first. But this guy is talking gibberish, don't know what the fuck he's saying, and yeah, this is the warden of Fuchsia. We're actually going to be coming to this guy later because we actually need something from him. It's actually mandatory to beat the game later on, but once again, more on that later once we get to that part. That's going to be for next part. We got to do a little side quest for him. So this is the other fishing guru, the last one actually, and he gives you the good rod. And like I was saying when we got the super rod, the good rod's not as good as the super rod. The super rod's the best. So, like I said, I guess they were, in terms of the way you progress through the region, expecting you to come here, and then go to the right of Fuchsia, and that will lead you all the way up to Route 12, where Snorlax was, where you get the Super Rod. So I guess that's the way they kind of wanted you to progress, but I kind of just went for the Super Rod but right away, just because, it's the best, and I wanted that Shelter. Not sure if you get Shelter with the Good Rod. It's probably possible, but I don't know. If not, just Super Rod, doesn't really matter. It also, using Super Rod also gives you higher levels. So yeah, this is the way I was talking about. You go right this way, and that leads to some route I don't really know the number of. I'm guessing it's 13 or 14, but that's going to be quite the son of a bitch to tackle later on. I'm definitely going to need some guest commentators, because that whole section right there, sure, it's not mandatory, but I want to show it off at least. And it's just nothing but trainers. So, yeah. But in due time. These guys just pretty much talk about, I don't know if they already have hinted at the Safari Zone, but yeah, these guys, I guess, are just talking about the Warden and how supposedly he's nicknamed Slowpoke. And they're just going on about the side quests that you need to do for him, about how he can't speak. But, like I said, more on that later. But the reason why this is such a pain in the dick to navigate is because, like I said, there's a lot of ledges and, one way. And also, there's a lot of places you need to use cut, so if you want to get to the Pokemart, which is actually way in the corner, it's not even by the Pokemon Center, which is kind of weird, then, you gotta cut, so make sure you have someone with cut with you. It's kind of annoying, but what can you do? They have some rare Pokemon here on display, I guess just so you could see them, but, it doesn't really register in your Pokedex, but Chansey right there is quite the son of a bitch to catch if you are going for 100% on the Pokedex. The only place to get it, as far as my knowledge goes, is either... Well, I know for it's Safari Zone here. I know that for a fact, but I think you might also be able to get it in the Final Cave. I'm derping on the name of it. I want to say... Oh, Cerulean Cave, it's in Cerulean. Which, that's end of the game. That's after Elite Four, way back. If you remember way back when, that guy blocking it, and he looked kind of like he had an afro, but yeah, here's the Pokemon. It's all the way over fucking here. And that Lapras, as you saw earlier, it's actually a pretty good water type Pokemon. Like I said, I was considering using it, but meh, a lot of people use it, so decided to change it up. We don't get him for a while. You can't catch him, but it's a gift Pokemon, and you can't really miss it, so... There's Omnimite, one of the fossils. I think that's from the Helix, because, Twitch plays Pokemon and prays the Helix and all that shit. But yeah, so there are some rare Pokemon display there. Why? Not sure. Fuchsia City's kind of gimmick is this whole Safari Zone thing and how they just have, I guess, rare Pokemon on display. So I guess in order to attract the whatchamacallits, the travelers, they just put them on display like it's a fucking zoo or something. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, that big building over there was the Safari Zone, and that's where you can catch a lot of rare Pokemon. We're not going to be going there till next part, and there is a lot to explain with it, because it's not your average just forest or dungeon where you can just run into wild Pokemon and battle them and catch them. It's got a little unique twist to it. A twist to it, but I'll explain that in due time. Here we are in the gym, and the gym's gimmick is it's got these invisible lines, and if you try to, if you run into the visible line, you won't be able to get past. Koga's way in the center of this building, or room rather. See, he's right there with the headband. And in order to get to him, you gotta make your way through the invisible lines. It's obviously, easy to spot here, but on the original Game Boy, it was actually, at least I'm recalling as a kid, it was really hard to fucking see those things. Like, I'd have to put a lamp over my Game Boy just to make them out and be like, oh, there's a line. But playing on this emulator, it's clear as day, so shouldn't be too bad. This gym's type is poison type, although you wouldn't be able to tell by the type that these trainers are using. They're using Psychic. Why? I have no fucking clue. They should be using Poison, because, that's what Koga uses, but nope. They decide to use Psychic. I guess this point is when the AI starts to get, I guess, a little bit more smarter. All they really do is just switch sometimes, but it doesn't. This gen's AI is probably the dumbest out of all of them. So, meh. But yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not really sure why the fuck the trainers are using Psychic type. It kind of throws it off. Because, I mean, Gym's Poison, so you'd probably be using either Psychic or Ground, because, those are Poison's weaknesses. So, I mean, if you use a Ground type, I guess your special would be kind of low, and then you go up against the Psychics, and that's kind of weird. Especially because the next gym is a Psychic type gym, so it's kind of just, it's just weird. And this Hypno is crazy over leveled, so I don't think, oh, Jolteon managed to take it. But yeah, as you can see, Golem's special is really bad, and so one Psychic from this Hypno really did a number on Golem. Not only that, I don't think I've been training as much as I should be, because, Jolteon, Vulpix, Shellder, they're all under-leveled. It's only Golem and Alakazam that are up there, Later on, I am, recently with recording, I just did a huge training montage, really. So I do get them up, but I kind of struggle a little bit with these trainers. And of course, eventually I start skipping them because, all they got is just Psychic lines, like the Hypno and Drowsy, especially those two. Not even really sure if any of the NPCs have Poison-type Pokemon. Well, this guy just corrected me. He's got an Arbok, so finally this guy's following the rule. And I guess that's why I showed this one off as well, as it's a new trainer class. We got the Tamer. Not really sure on what kind of Pokemon they really use. They could, I guess, use a whole different type of types, but I guess it'd mostly be animals that you, or Pokemon that you could, compare to animals being really tamed, if you think of a tamer in real life, they probably have a cobra that they tamed so that way it doesn't eat you or anything. And Shellder fucking died. I thought Shellder had good defense too. I thought he could at least take it because, wanted to get him those EXP, and it's a ground type, so I figured he'd be able to do the job, but he's way too underleveled. But But yeah, so I guess you can just assume they'd use Pokemon that are kind of like real life animals that tamers would use. So yeah, this dude's got 2 Arbok and the Sand Slash. More version exclusives, woo! I'm not even really sure, I think a Sand Slash is like supposed to be a ground mouse or something like that. I don't know, I'm just guessing. Don't really know. But yeah, I don't know why, because you know he has the whip, and then the other hand it looks like a lollipop. I'm not I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but it looks like a lollipop, and I don't get it. And I think I just whoops, I tried to use an antidote on paralysis. There you go. There's the paralyzed heal. What the fuck you doing? But yeah, this gym. This gym kind of sucks, just because like I don't, it just throws off the whole continuity and just planning in general of the gym, because I usually like to use gyms as a means to level up one Pokemon a lot, because you know that Pokemon can just mop the floor with the whole gym since they're only using one type. But nope, not here. Especially because it's Psychic, and Psychic's only weakness in Gen 1 is Bug, and the only really Bug type move that's good is like Pin Missile, and that's hardly good. And I forget what I was looking for here. I guess I just want to show off Golem's derpy face again. No, you already fight that guy. Alright, so we're finally at Koga. But yeah, I don't really like this gym, to be honest. And Koga, he's not tough per se, but just make sure you have a lot of antidotes on you, because he has a move called Toxic, which instantly poisons you. And I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but poison over time does more and more damage. Like, you know, your first turn of poison, it will take so much health. Next turn, it'll take more health. Next turn, it'll take more health, and so on and so forth, until eventually, like, if you keep on healing yourself but don't heal the poison, maybe eventually it could kill you in one turn. Not sure. That never really happened to me. One thing you also don't need to worry... Oh, that's why I was showing off Golem. He finally learned Earthquake, and that fucking wrecked Koga's shit, because, you know, ground beats poison, and Earthquake is probably the best ground move. There's another move that's stronger than it, but it misses a lot, so I consider Earthquake the best ground type move. So yeah, Earthquake is really doing the job here. And luckily for us, abilities aren't introduced yet, I don't know, I guess I'll talk more about abilities when I do Gen 2, just because, you know, it'll give me something to talk about when I do that. But let's just say abilities are just certain things that just boost the Pokemon and help them do shit. Yes, helps them do shit. I guess for an example, Wheezing and Coughing's ability is Levitate, and that will make them invulnerable to ground-type moves, because, you know, they're levitating off the ground, so they can't get hit by the ground. But since Gen 1, no abilities, nope, I can wreck their shit with Earthquake. But yeah, there's Toxic. Like I said, instant poison. And yeah, his highest is this Wheezing at 43, so it is pretty high, but as long as you use the weaknesses, it shouldn't be a problem. Like I said, just make sure you have some antidotes on you too. And Koga went down pretty easy. And there we go, Golem's at 37. So yeah, we got the Soul Badge. Oh, and Koga's also supposed to be a ninja, for those people who care. Because apparently being a ninja makes you instantly badass. But yeah, he gave us the Toxic that I was talking about. Apparently it's a 400-year-old TM, so, or move at least. So that's interesting. We can also use Surf outside of battle. Unfortunately, like all the other HMs, we don't even have that move yet, so don't really matter yet. Of course, that is the next HM we are getting, so more on that next part. And I think this is pretty much it. Yeah, just pretty much gotta heal up and do the nasties. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I guess I wanted to check something here. Probably do some inventory cleanup once again. God damn it, I can't wait for Gen 2, because no more inventory cleanup. This is so fucking annoying. This will really hit... this will really hit home next part, because, oh my god. Next part we're going to be exploring the Safari Zone. There are a lot of items there. A lot of mandatory items as well. And I run out of space a lot, so it gets quite annoying, but that's for the next part. So, yeah, like I said, next part we'll be doing the Safari Zone and all that shit, and yeah, it'll be a good time. Kind of, not really. Alright, I'll see you guys next part. Take care.